first times are what make our life feel worth it. They make our time feel valuable. They actually slow things down. Hey you! Yes, you! Welcome to the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast, a podcast for people who want to disrupt their lives for a good reason, to make it count. I'm your host, Jen Glantz, and every week I'll drop a new episode with stories from real people just like you, who woke up one morning and decided to make big changes, starting with small things. We'll cover topics like entrepreneurship, love, failure, and self-care. Hey, you're not getting any younger, so let's make this an adventure. Ready? Hey, any youngers, it's me, your host, Jen Glantz, back with another episode of the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast. I have such an odd and frustrating story to tell you about. This has nothing to do with the podcast, but I'm just venting to you. I have recently been obsessed with Poshmark. My friend told me about it and she sold a lot of her clothing on it. And for so long, I was like, it's just not worth it because it's so much work and you don't make that much money. But I was cleaning out my closet the other day and I figured, why not give it a try? And this is not an ad, by the way, at all. I'm just sharing a bizarre story that happened. So I put like a ton of my stuff on Poshmark and she was totally right. Things really do sell. Within like the course of a month, I think I made $200 just selling, I don't know, like 15 items or something. Like you don't make a ton of money off the items you sell, but it's better than just, giving away the clothes or sometimes like tossing the clothes away, or, if there's things you never wore before and you feel bad donating them, like you could make some money off of them too. So Poshmark was really successful for me. And the other day I was mailing out a bunch of packages that I had buyers buy on Poshmark for me. And I also was sending back a huge delivery of clothes that I had gotten. I did a photo shoot last month and I got all these outfits from ASOS that I wanted to wear in the photo shoot and nothing worked. But I spent like a couple $100 getting outfits just to try them, figuring I'd send most of them back and maybe keep a few, but none of them worked. So the other day I go to mail all my Poshmark packages and I also mail my ASOS package back to get my money back. And a couple of weeks later, I'm like, hey, I never got the refund for this ASOS package and I really want my hundreds of dollars back. So I call UPS. They say they have no record of getting that delivery. I'm freaking out. I'm thinking that it's stolen and I'm never going to get my money back. And all of a sudden, Adam gets involved and he double checks the label that I put on the ASOS package. And it turns out I mailed that package to a Poshmark buyer. I literally mailed the person what they bought. And then with the same label, I also mailed them this ASOS package. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this person just got the dress they purchased and then they got a bag of clothes that are brand new that should never have gone into them. And I'm never going to get these back. So for the past couple of days, I've been in constant communication with Poshmark, trying to tell them what happened and get them to understand, and also get this random person who I've never met before to mail me back this package that they just got. They probably thought they won some sort of lottery opening a package of $100 plus worth of clothing that's never been worn before that wasn't supposed to go to them. I mean, imagine opening your mailbox and you just get a package of clothes that you didn't order that are all your size from a random, brand. It was just, so I'm venting to you because sometimes when we get so involved in something, and I'm like this, I pick up a new hobby and I throw myself into it. I've been so into Poshmark that I probably spend a half hour every single day putting out new clothes on the app, dealing with customers and things like that. I've gotten so into it that I start to rush through everything. And that's how I made this giant mistake. This is my PSA to you. No matter what's happening in your life, slow down. Even if there's something making you so excited, so jittery, you're so happy about something, you're probably going at it a little bit too fast. And maybe you'll find yourself making a mistake, and maybe that mistake will be reversible. It's still TBD whether or not I'm going to get this pile of clothes back. We will see. But in your own life, what can you slow down doing now so that you don't make careless mistakes and errors in the future? With your career, with your love life, with a hobby, with just whatever it is you're spending your time focusing on now. A couple of months ago, I got together with a friend of mine, and this was a friend that I've known for a very, very, very long time. And after we got together, I thought to myself, wow, I wish there was some rule or common practice or something more socially acceptable that after you knew someone for a decade or so, you can have like a friendship inventory with them where you sat down and talked about things that maybe you needed to talk about over the past 10 years, but you didn't. At some point in every friendship, there's unspoken tension, unresolved conversations, and apologies that were given that maybe were accepted, but not entirely. This friend I was with the other night, I've known for so long, but years ago, I was upset with this person, and I shared with them why. I wasn't passive aggressive. I wrote them a text message, and I shared with them exactly why I was upset. And I let them know, like, this isn't something that's going to linger. I just wanted to throw it out there to tell you, to get it off my mind, and I hope we can move on. And we moved on, but things have never, ever, 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 ever been the same since. But yet we sort of pretend that they are. But every now and then this person will bring it up or make like a passive-aggressive comment back, and I sort of just brush it under the table because I don't want to rehash this. But after hanging out with them the other night, I felt this tension between us, and I wish I could sit down with them and have this honest conversation about the strains of our friendship. The truth is, I didn't have the courage to do that right now, so I plan to just go on and love them and support them and forgive them and accept them until one day I just can't do it anymore, and I might say, hey, can we talk about the past so it stops making our future so awkward? And this is something that I really hope I can resolve with this person because I want this person to be in my life forever or for at least a long time. But it's so hard when you just feel that tension with a friend and you don't know what to do about it. You don't know what to say because you don't want to make things worse or awkward, or you don't want to make them feel bad. I go back and forth with whether or not I should have said something to this person when they made me upset, and I'm glad I did. But ultimately, it didn't fix anything. Ultimately, this person was somebody who can't take feedback so well. And maybe I should have approached it differently knowing that. Or maybe I should bring it up now and see if we can alter things and fix things. When we look at the friendships we have and the people we have in our lives, we know that there's some people that we're good with. We feel confident and calm and safe and secure with. But there's other people in our life who we don't want to end the friendship. We don't want to push them away. We don't want to say goodbye. But that doesn't mean there's not something in between us that needs to get fixed. I don't have a solution yet, but I do hope that one day these conversations, these inventories, these real moments that we have with people just become more normal, more acceptable, more of something that we do. Maybe you're the kind of person that can look at someone and say, hey, things are off, let's talk about it. I'm not. I am so not that kind of person, but I'm working on it. And I think within the next decade, I might get there. You know, my dad called me the other day and he said, Jen, I listened to your podcast, I read your Monday newsletter, and I have an idea for you. And I just remember thinking to myself, okay, Dad, like, what's this idea? He's going to ask me to share some embarrassing story or write about a topic that my audience is probably not going to care about. And he said something to me that was fascinating. He said, I have a question for you. When is the last time in your life that you did something for the first time? And I thought about that question for a while. I didn't say anything back. And I really didn't have a response. I don't know. I responded to him. I eat pizza every Friday and take the same route in Central Park every Sunday. I literally go to the same exact workout class down the street every single Monday to Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I try my hardest to go to bed every night by 9:30 p.m. And when I said this out loud, I thought to myself, Jen, how did this happen? Your life has become this routine on loop that you crave, but that's not really you. Most days, honestly, I'm okay with this routine because without it, I'd feel lost and stuck and depressed, and I would just think too much, and sometimes I don't want to think. But then I thought about how first times are what make our life feel worth it. They make our time feel valuable. They actually slow things down, and they make our minds more useful. The truth is, we don't have to wait to plan a vacation to Italy or wait for something big to happen in our life to have that first time moment again. If we wanted and we tried a little, we could do something new every single day. But yet we don't. We go to the same coffee shop. We log on to the computer at the same time every day and open up Facebook. We do the same things like it's our job, but it's not. Our job is our job, and that's the same, but everything around it can be different. We could walk left instead of right. We can try a different workout class. We can say, yeah, pizza Friday every Friday, but I'm not going to go to the same pizza place anymore. I've always had this idea that for one entire month, I would have a rule of no repeats. I couldn't repeat anything. I couldn't repeat eating at the same place. I couldn't repeat the walks that I take. I couldn't repeat the coffee shops I go to or the TV shows I watch or how I spend the Thursday nights. I wanted a no repeat month. I haven't done it yet, but it's always something I think about because I know it would be so hard and uncomfortable and challenging. But I also know by the end of the month, I'd be a much happier person who went on so many new adventures, who has so many stories to tell. The last time I did something for the first time was a couple weeks ago when Adam and I decided to get dinner in Manhattan on a Sunday. Usually Sunday nights are for laundry and creating my to-do list for the week and getting takeout. We usually get sushi every single Sunday, and I'm so sick of sushi on Sundays. We went to Manhattan. We went to the South Street Seaport, which is a place in downtown Lower Manhattan. We've never done that before on a Sunday. And it was so fun to just walk around the city and eat at a new restaurant and not be home on the couch worrying about the week ahead. I know that example is sort of pathetic. It's not a big moment. It's not like a huge first, but it was something that really set the tone for my week. And it made me feel sort of brand new and fresh. I don't know, like something as simple as just saying, you know what, we're not going to spend Sunday night at home. We're going to go explore a new part of Manhattan that we haven't really been to. Was so invigorating. The truth is, and you know this is true, we can change our lives daily with small things, with decisions, with the acceptance that even if we want to live out some distant grand plan, we can get a taste of that excitement now, just by deciding to do something new, something for the first time. So thank you, Dad, for this idea, because without it, I think I would go back to my routine every single day for a very long time. And I don't want that. And neither do you. Until next week, all my love, Jen Glantz. Hey you! Thank you for listening to the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast. There are hundreds of thousands of pods out there, so thank you for listening to this one. You can find the show notes for this week's episode up on our website, anyyounger.com. Subscribe, rate, and review the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast on iTunes so that other ears around the world can listen too. Oh, and join our secret You're Not Getting Any Younger Facebook group, where over 1,000 people are talking about how to disrupt their lives, for a good reason, to make it count. Until next week, all my love, Jen Glantz.